Assalamu alaikum shareholders. I am pleased to present the annual performance of FFC for the year 2021. We have achieved another year of business excellence. Despite the onslaught of COVID-19, FFC remained focused on sustained business operations and continued to ensure highest standards of occupational health and safety to provide a conducive environment for its employees and stakeholders. Let's turn to the business environment. Successive waves of COVID-19 pandemic, rising commodity prices, increase in interest rates, and sharp decline in the value of PKR exerted inflationary pressure and supply chain disruption. The international fertilizer prices experienced a historic increase during the year, which is attributable to the rising gas and energy costs and production cuts and impact of export restrictions imposed by the various countries. International DAP registered prices of 8,000 rupees per bag, whereas urea prices touched a record level of 11,000 rupees per bag. The higher prices of imported DAP resulted in substitution of DAP with urea fertilizer by some farmers, whereas urea was also hoarded by some third parties, which led to a shortage of urea fertilizer in the country. Food security is more vital than ever, and the fertilizer industry of the country continued its contribution through making available urea fertilizer at very affordable rate of rupees 1770 per bag. The agriculture sector of the country therefore remained safe from the sharp increase in international fertilizer prices and posted a growth of 2.77% during the year. Now let's turn to our contributions on the economy. Lower selling prices of locally produced urea by FFC also enabled the country to save valuable forex through import substitution of US dollars 1.29 billion. The company also contributed over rupees 30 billion to the national exchequer in the form of taxes, whereas aggregate contribution to the economy since inception amounts to rupees 575 billion. Our performance during 2021. Exhibiting our commitment to operational excellence, FFC produced over 2.5 million tons of urea during the year, achieving 122% efficiency. FFC also marketed around 2.48 million tons of urea, with combined FFC-FFBL market share of 47%. Combined DAP market share stood at 53%. FFC's DAP alone was 205,000 tons. With the dedication of management to achieving operational excellence and by applying continued cost controls and exercising efficient treasury management, FFC was able to achieve new benchmarks in terms of highest ever turnover and record investment income. The shareholders should also be pleased to know that the company has achieved net profitability of rupees 21.9 billion during the year, with an EPS of rupees 17.21 as compared to rupees 16.36 last year. This is the second highest profitability. Based on the outstanding results, the board is pleased to announce final dividend of rupees 4.65 per share in addition to the interim distributions of rupees 9.85 per share, aggregating to an annual payout of around 84%. With this distribution, the aggregate payout by the company to date exceeds rupees 243 billion. Our issues and challenges. The GIDC case regarding factual determination of actual pass-on of the levy to the customers remains sub judice. In view of the stay granted by the Sindh High Court, the installments of GIDC liability are being withheld. The liability is expected to be discharged after finalization of the factual determination of the GIDC pass-through by the Apex Court. The company continues to be unduly burdened for the registration of fertilizer dealers under the Sales Tax Act. FFC took significant initiatives and was able to enhance the number of registered dealers substantially. However, large number of dealers are still unwilling to be registered under that. And FFC continues to be negatively impacted by the input sales tax and business expenditure disallowances. GST refunds also remain outstanding, and due to lack of processing by the government, the balance continues to increase and stood at 16.61 billion at the end of the year. This balance, combined with subsidy receivable of 6.96 billion, continues to pressurize the company's cash flows. Our awards and recognitions. In recognition of the exemplary financial reporting and good governance, FFC has been awarded with various recognitions both within and outside the country. The company stood first in the chemical and fertilizer sector and was also ranked as first runner-up in the overall top positions category of the Best Corporate Awards competition conducted jointly by ICAP and ICMAC. The South Asian Federation of Accountants also awarded first position to FFC in the manufacturing sector, while the company was also ranked overall second in the entire SAARC region in Best Presented Annual Report competition for the year 2020. The company also secured second position in the integrated reporting category, while achieving merit certificate in corporate governance. The performance of our subsidiaries. The company's subsidiary FFC Energy Limited has recorded average plant availability factor of 98%. The reduction in return on equity under the amended agreement with the power purchaser resulted in decrease in tariff for FFCEL. This led to decline in revenue to 3.09 billion compared to rupees 3.38 billion last year. However, the net profitability declined by a small margin of 3%, and we are confident that FFCEL shall continue to remain profitable despite the decrease in ROE. Our food venture, Fauji Fresh and Freeze Limited, has recorded revenue growth of 40% and also improved gross profit margin by 13% from last year, despite unfavorable market conditions caused by the pandemic. The achievement was made possible due to investment in brand, volumetric growth and pricing management, and the board is confident that FFF shall very soon become a success story. As you are aware, FFC acquired two 50 megawatt renewable energy projects, Foundation Wind Energy 1 and 2, at the cost of rupees 13.51 billion rupees in September 2021. With this investment, aggregate stake in wind energy stands at around 150 megawatt. I am also pleased to inform that within a very short period after acquisition, both the projects have announced dividend of rupees 1.26 billion in January 2022, which is a very positive sign for the future income streams of FFC. Our share of the dividend shall be recorded in the financial statements of year 2022 in line with the requirements of IFRS. Looking ahead, supply of gas to the fertilizer sector at reasonable prices is a priority and therefore inevitable to ensure availability of locally produced fertilizer at affordable rates for the farming community, especially in view of the record increase in international fertilizer prices.